See what's been going on within the past couple weeks. Currently week 11. We got the Cardinals on schedule. I'm coming in 9-0. He coming in at 3-6. And happy Sunday to everybody, man. What's going on with everybody? GY, crew OGs, my brother Bone. What's going on with everybody? Saints. How y'all doing, man? Happy Sunday. But so let's get into it, man. So I've been slacking, but it's all good though. And so we had a recent podcast, covered some things, went over, weekly prediction, who was gonna win. I think we was coming out of week 8. No, I had to be week 9. Week 9, and as you can see, I'm saying I had Bone on schedule. We put up, 31, came home with the win, but a couple blowouts, 31 zip, 21-0. I mean, this is week 9, so we getting kind of close, to that finish line, and so a lot of teams, that's competing in that wild card race really want to shape up. Week 10, had seen some crazy games. Look at Jay Servant pulling it out though, 15-7. That's a big division win for him, because I think he actually tied or he's in first place for it. Oh my goodness, you got Ben putting in work, dropping 63. I don't know what's going on with him, but man, that dude really been killing guys lately. Look at Ike coming back in a strong way, winning by 31-6. I pulled one out, which was a nuts game, pretty crazy. It's on my stream. The fourth quarter, I think I was down, and I just remember throwing 2 picks within a minute, and man, I don't know what went down, but we took it home though. We took it home. The Seahawks continue to struggle. 20 zip blowout. New Eagles user who came in. I know Guz been dealing with some stuff on his end, man. Prayers go out to him, but Eagles look like, Eagles took that game. They had a close game, dealing with Facts and Bone. 1 point win. 1 point win. Oh, Saints had a close one with Earl. Man, Earl, he be trying to run under, go up under the radar like he ain't got game, but he been having some dog fights, like some real close games. I can see him next year potentially pushing, to the playoff or possibly a wild card. I don't know where he currently sit at. I'm gonna have to check it out. Spivey's still doing his thing. Let's go ahead and look on to week 11 though. We got the Seahawks versus Ben. Now the Seahawks is my old head. Now Ben just put up 63 points. He just put up 63 points. Okay, where'd that game go? He just put up 63 points against the Dolphins. So, with the way he's been playing, I won't be surprised if he put up against the Seahawks. I won't be surprised if he put up 78, 90, 86, maybe. That's how crazy he is, and that's how slack that the Seahawks been. So, no, that's going to be crazy. He already had a game underway where the Saints, man, and he put some on the Eagles. He really just manhandled that game, 3-36. I really want to, let's look into that real quick. 46 passing yards, 9 rushing yards, 55 yards total offense. That was real, just like real shutdown. Seven turnovers. Okay. Tom Savage still out there getting busy. Like he's still rocking with Tom Savage. Carson Wentz, oh my goodness, sacked 5 times, 6 of 16. Got Kamara with 15 attempts and 86 yards. Mark Ingram had 7 for 15. But it was, mainly looked like it was mainly won by the defense of the Saints. Coming up big with 2 sacks from Demario Davis. Looked like he grabbed 6 total sacks, and I think he's having picks on the board. And Ken Crawley, he had 3 of them. Let's see if he took any to the house. And I see a fumble recovery out there too. I ain't taking nothing to the house, but Man, his defense looked like they really came to play, man. They put it on the Eagles. They really did. We got Spivey and Mo. That should be a pretty good game. Spivey, you know, I think he's in the lead of that division. In Mo, he's behind Ben for sure. Divisional game right here. You know, that should be a pretty good game. We got my brother going against Ant. Ant played some good D. No, that should be a pretty good game. My brother took him to the barnyard that first go around and came out with the W. I think he blew him out. Gave him that old fashioned whooping. I'm going against the Cards. Steelers Jags. Now the Steelers game has been struggling. Him and the Seahawks have really been struggling. So I believe Jacksonville should come away with this. Reese, he's on my... See, the thing about Reese... Let me go ahead and... I'm going to zoom in on Reese, though. But the thing about Reese... This dude has been consistent. Shout out to the Rounds. I mean, the Rounds been trying to do what he's been trying to do with what he's working with. But Reese has been consistent. And this dude is on my tail. I think he's like 9-1. And I'm like 9-0. So, like, dude really coming for the division. He's really coming for my head. And so, like, I play him in a couple of weeks, and so that really should decide, you know, who gonna take it. But I mean, he's playing good. He's playing good ball. Nevertheless, you know, with that being said, let's go and just check out some of the standings, because we're coming down that stretch. We kind of in the mid. Just jumped off the deadline. The rankings, I'm still sitting at number 2. Ben still sitting at number 1. You got the Chiefs coming in at 9-1. The Saints 9-1. Giants 8-1. You know, you got the Lions 7-2. But as we really look into depth, look at Bo out there doing his thing. 6-3, 2-game win streak. Brown's on him though. He coming for him. You know, Ike took a vacation, so some of them losses he couldn't really help, but he's coming for him. Jaguars leading the top division, but Colts right behind him. And then you got the Titans sitting at 4-5. It's kind of still up for grabs there. So that could be pretty intriguing down the line. You got the Dolphins, who just took the L to the recent week, and he's sitting at 5-5. That division could swing. Just depends. I mean, Bills, he really haven't had the time to play like that, so who knows? But he's sitting at 4-6. Then, you know, my division, with Reese on my back, like I was saying, dude 9-1, dude has been beasting, 7-game win streak. Like, I really have to zoom in and key in on him. That should be a good game between us. The Broncos sitting at 4-5 and Ant sitting at 4-5. We got Ben sitting at 9-0, and then, I mean, all these guys with winning records. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 in the playoffs, depending upon the strength of the NFC. But you know, Ben is pretty much neck and shoulders above pretty much everyone in the NFC, so we should see how it pan out. But we got some guys who's really going to come from, like, dealing with facts. He's really on his line. Mo is on his line, and so in the playoffs we're going to really see what's going on. Oh yeah, I made a mistake and said Spike was sitting at number 1. No, the Saints are sitting at number 1 in this division at 9-1. You got GY right behind them and Spivey right behind them, but who knows how this is going to turn out in the end. And the Falcons sitting at 5-4. Now, this division is his hands down. If he have a 7-game slide, I think we should boot him from the league, because he should win this division by a landslide. He 8-1. Cowboys is 4-5. I see him walking away with that division easily. The Rams sitting at 4-6. I think it is possible to go into the playoffs with a losing record, but just depending upon how this thing play out, man. I mean, I don't know. I got the Cardinals coming up. He may stun me, you know, and tied up, you know, 4-6. You know, 4-6. So I mean, this is pretty much up for grabs. The Seahawks, he pretty much got his bed made up, and he's in it right now. Like, he's not coming out, so they gonna go ahead and pack it in early. Go ahead and give some of them rookies a run and work on this scheme for next year. But overall, man, I mean, it's pretty decent. You know, as we getting closer to the finish line, it should be a pretty good playoff matchup. And so, getting closer to the finish line, let's look at some of these awards, or who's closing in on the MVP race. Oh snaps, we got Aaron Rodgers currently sitting at number 1. Then we got the rookie. Now if he slip up and get MVP in offensive rookie of the year, he's gonna look nasty. I already know his stats gonna look nasty. And then we got the man we picked up from free agent, currently sitting at number 3, and Clay number 4. Tyrod has been balling. I don't know if he fell off, but he was balling earlier, sitting at number 5. We got Mahomes down there. And the Lions got a couple other dudes up there. Look at Cam down here, though. Got Cam down there. Coach of the year. Hold on. Coach of the year. You got Ben. Then you got Jamal right after him. Then I come swing down in. And then you got Reese right there. But the AFC Offense Player of the Year. Look at Tyreek Hill. Could come down to my boy. I mean, he's been having a pretty good year. Nothing like a special year. You get a guy from free agency, and I mean, you're just doing numbers with him. And now he's up for awards and Offense Player of the Year. But you got Tyreek, got two Chiefs behind him. Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna have to check his numbers. I don't really know what he's been doing this year, but he's been kind of quiet. Royce Freeman, a rookie. He's been doing his thing. Defense Player of the Year. We got 3 Raiders, and you like back to back to back. I don't even want to look at Khalil Mack, man, because my boy is gone. So, I mean, that's still a dirty move, but it is what it is, though. But you got Kendall Fuller, who's sitting at number 1, and got Bradley Chubb coming up the ranks, though. And Michael Kendricks, who just got cut, he's up there though. But overall, decent offensive player. Rookie offensive player, you got Baker Mayfield. This should be a toss-up between these two. Ain't been trying to get busy with him, but don't really know how he panning out. This guy should have had a major year, but it is what it is though. I mean, he got pretty good speed on him. But you got Baker Mayfield leading. Defense Rookie of the Year, no doubt Bradley. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no doubt Bradley Chubb. That dude is crazy. And then behind him is Rashaan Evans. And look at D Ward. I ain't even heard of this guy, but he's up there too though. But we don't really get into the particulars. But let's go look at the NFC side. Aaron Rodgers leading, of course. I mean, this dude is leading the MVP race, so why wouldn't he be leading? Defense Player of the Year, this guy, he has been getting busy. 2 Packers back to back with a 3rd one right behind him. You got Ogletree, who's trying to fit in. See some Saints down there. But this guy popped the year off, man, very high. I think he popped it off with like 7 picks. He might have cooled off. I didn't think guys ain't throwing his way like that, but he's up there leading. Then you got this guy who's basically a battle between these two, because I know he get the ball a lot. Spivey has a way of developing receivers, but this guy has been balling. I think he threw like 10 touchdowns, 0 picks, some crazy ratio like that, but he's really been getting off. Overall 73. This guy no doubt is leading the rookies, the defensive rookies. He has been getting busy. Josh Jackson right behind him. Elliott is up there. Lorenzo Carter. Roquan. I mean, overall though, it looked like the Packers gonna take majority of the awards. But guys have really been getting busy. Really have been getting busy for real. I mean, the way that the league is moving, I ain't really been having time to get it in like that. But man, Aaron Rodgers closing in on 3,000 yards, 31-6, 23-8. I'm closing in on 1,200 yards away. Well, week 11, got a couple games. I think I grabbed 1,200 yards. Sitting at 9 touchdowns. Then you got David Johnson, who's behind me. So I should run away with the rushing title. Now these receptions, you got Corey Coleman, Tyreek Hill, and DJ Moore, who was leading at a point in time. Nevertheless, he's sitting at 11. I mean, he's still doing his thing. Trent Murphy, 12.5 sacks, followed by Clay with 10. And then Bradley Chubb up there with 9.5. So I mean, he doing his thing too, and he got a pick. Take that to the house. Yeah, I knew the Mac was gonna lead in that because I've been clacking, putting that wood down. 5 forced fumbles, picked up 3 of them. But man, overall, it's gonna get pretty interesting far as the playoffs go. Can I remain undefeated? Can Reese keep pace? Like, who knows? Is Ben gonna remain undefeated? Like, who knows? Let me look into let me just look down the stretch of some of these guys' schedule, just to see how, you know, this may take into play for the picture of the playoffs, though. So we got Ravens, we got Cards, Ravens. Then I meet the Chiefs on the 13th. Then I play the Steelers. But I'm not counting any of these guys out. Then I play my brother again, and then the Chiefs gonna be the final game. So I mean, a couple division games ahead, you can really swing things. But I'm trying to get a hold of that first round bye. We'll see how it goes, though. On the Packers schedule, he has the Seahawks, of course. Then he got a division game here, and then he may, just depending upon these 3 division games, possibility that he may go into the playoffs undefeated. Now, that's no disrespect to nobody else, though, but just judging by, you know, some of the recent division games, I mean, that 14-0, that ain't, you know, like crazy and like that, but he could possibly finish out and go on 16-0 and be the number 1 seed in the playoffs. Let me take a look at the Ravens. Let's see what Bo doing. Got the Bengals. He got me, of course. That Falcons game should be good. And he has Reese. That should be good. And he got G-Wall, which should be good. I mean, down the stretch, his schedule looked pretty interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if him and the Browns, you know, battling it, just straight up battling it out, you know, for that last game to see who's gonna take it. Let's take a look at the Fins. Like, yeah, let's see what he got going. Got the Colts. Should be a pretty good game. Smooth. Pats, Vikings. I mean, this should be pretty decent. Like, he could sneak in, most definitely. What's going on with Bone? Let's see what's going on with this whole division, because this division is crazy. This is really up for grabs. He got the Seahawks twice. We'll count them 2 wins. He got my bro. Now, he beat my brother like 4 times, like 4-0 in Madden 19. So my brother gonna be looking for revenge, but Bone got the upper hand. That should be a pretty good game. But that Rams game, that's gonna be the determinant factor, because the Rams, which was a New Year's Eve, he came in, a new user, which came in, and I'm saying he took his lumps and he gave us some lumps. But coming off that 4-game losing streak, he bounced back with a win versus the Seahawks. And so this up and coming game right here is the make or break to me, because if he beat Reese, you know, that'd give him, you know what I'm saying, that'd give him confidence. You're going against a guy who's 9-1. You go into the bye week, you can come off with Mo, but you're going to end it out with Bone, though. So if he can grab that win, I can see him being very confident. Let's go look at the Jags. Let's see what he finished up with. And he's on a 3-game winning streak currently. Now, he should get that W. He should get this W versus Steelers. Like, he should. If he don't, then I don't know what's going on with his game. But he should. But Got the Colts again. 1 possession game, like 1 score game. 2-point conversion. I mean, like, that was that close game, judging by the score. Just looking to it though, just in case. Andrew Luck 209, 3 picks. Stafford looked a little better. Fournette 14 carries, 26 yards. That's horrible, but it's all good though. DJ Clark had majority of the receptions, but like I'm saying though, like, it should be a good game. The second meeting should be a good game. He has the possibility to pretty much win out and take control of the division. But it gets real interesting down the stretch. But we're gonna pretty much wrap it up though, and we're gonna see if we can stay undefeated. We just got one of our player backs, but we're gonna see if we can stay undefeated. If not, it is what it is. If I do stay undefeated, I really don't care. But it's all good, man. Y'all be easy.